Hello, my name is Ahmed and thank you for watching this video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Nutanix LCM, which is Lifecycle Manager. So Nutanix, one of its beautiful and powerful tools, which is known for its LCM. So LCM gives you the options to upgrade all the softwares for the Nutanix from one location. So because the Nutanix itself is a hyper-converged and it has the storage available with the nodes itself, it doesn't require you to have to check the compatibility of, let's say, the storage, SAN switches, and servers. Everything is together at one location. Now, if you have the Nutanix hardware, it will be much easier again. If you have the Nutanix hypervisor, which is AHV, again, it's much easier. But in case if you have the Nutanix only AOS, and let's say this hardware will be from the HP, and the hypervisor will be from the VMware, I don't want to call it, it will be a bit tricky, but it won't be that much straightforward as well. So in case, let's say you have a VMware on top of the AOS and its hardware is from the HP, then you will need the VMware upgrade to be available with you, the ISO. You can do the ISO upgrade from the LCM, but then you should have the VMware Enterprise Plus to have the HA enabled on your VMware, to have the DRS available inside your VMware. In case you do not have the DRS or Enterprise Plus, then you will not be able to do it from here. You have to do the VMware upgrade from the VMware side itself. Okay, so let's go inside and see the menu switches are available for us. Right now, as you can see over here, we have this options here: best practices, inventory, updates. Under the updates, we'll have a software, firmware, and then I have direct uploads and settings. For the inventory, as you can see over here, it's sensing that there is a newer version available, but since I did not upgrade it, it's asking me to upgrade and perform the inventory. So right now my version is 3.0. If I perform inventory for the LCM itself only, if I perform inventory, it will be upgraded. So if right now it's 3.0, the moment I click perform inventory, it will do the inventory on my cluster, and once it's done, you will see that this 3.0 has been upgraded to 3.311. And that's because my cluster is already connected to the internet. It's a Nutanix community editions. Without the internet, it will not work. But if you are in dark side, you have to upload the LCM package to your website, dark side website, which you can see from here, or you can upload it directly over here, and then it will be updated. So let me just perform inventory. I don't know how much time it will take, but I will just click on perform inventory. It will ask me if I want to enable auto inventory. In case if I want to, I can just put the check mark, enable auto inventory, and by default it will be selected at 3 a.m. At the same time, it will ask me if I can, I want it to be upgrade the NCC if it's available. So I can put over here, and if in case there is a NCC update available, it will update it for me. So I do not want to enable both of the options. I just go ahead with the proceed. So what it will do now, it will go and check all the softwares which are available in my cluster, iOS, NCC, Foundations, and Extra. And it will check the version of each one of them. And it will inform all those components what is the version for each component. It's kind of like updating the cluster itself and letting know each one of them what is the current version available. At the same time, it will upgrade the LCM itself. So when the LCM is running, if I go to the software or firmware, it will not show me anything because now LCM is running. It will not allow us to do any kind of the upgrade as well. So we just have to wait until the LCM is finished. Let me pause the video, and once it's finished, I will come back to you guys. Okay, I am back. As you can see here, the inventory is finished. Over here, we can see all the tasks which is done by inventory. First of all, if you see in the corner now, the LCM is upgraded. So basically, LCM upgrade will not do any upgrade of the software. It's just the version of LCM itself will be upgraded. So now if I see over here, auto update over here, you can see that pre-checks are done over here. Inventory task, or as I mentioned, it will go and check all the components which are available and what is the version available for each one of them. Then version refresh task and bundle compatibility check. All of this will be done automatically. So let's go back to return to inventory. Now I can see it will allow us to see all the options which are available. So right now for my cluster, it will tell me what is the AHV hypervisor version which is available and what is the version exactly on top of each node. As you can see, all of them are intact, the same version as using over here. And in case if there was updated, it will show me over here under this column. What is my current iOS version, which is right now 6.8.1. File Server Manager 5001. Foundation Platform, Licensing, NCC, and Security iOS version, which is available right now. So that's the inventory. Because my Nutanix is Nutanix Community Edition, you will not see any firmware available for me over here, obviously. So let's go to the software. If I go to firmware, it will not show over here, but if you have a production cluster, you will definitely see the firmware available for you. So if you have a Nutanix hardware or HP or Dell or Lenovo hardware available for yourself, you will see the firmware is listed over here. So Nutanix will tell you what are the items which needs to be updated, and you can download them from the Nutanix website, which we'll see together. So let's go to the software. Over here, I have the options to upgrade the NCC. I have multiple versions. If I click over here, I can say, okay, I want to go to which particular version. Obviously, you'll always go for the latest one. Latest in the sense, latest compatible version. So I'll cancel this one. Same for the foundations, you can see how many versions are available, FSM. So if I click over here, it will allow me to go to any version which I want or the latest one at the same time. Latest in a sense, compatible to this version again. That means if I download the foundation and go to this version 5.10.4, and if there is a newer, it will again show me, but I just have to do inventory again. I have the iOS versions, so right now I can go to 6.10.1.4, which you can see over here, or the older versions. For AHV, I can go to the list which you see over here. You just have to have this idea in your mind that right now my cluster, which is a community edition, is connected to the internet. Again, if you have a dark side at your productions, you have to take care of all this compatibility. What I'm trying to say here is that, let's say there could be an issue with the iOS issue in the sense of the bug. So when you are connected to the internet, LCM will find the best version for you. But when you are in dark side, you have to take care of that version compatibility. And if there is a bug available, you have to go and read the release note for it. So that's one thing which you have to catch. So if I go to Nutanix.com and if I go to the downloads, you will see for HP, for example, if I click on it, we can come over here and download the LCM bundle. So as you can see over here, this is for the dark side. So if you're in dark side, you will just download this one for yourself. What else? Same for the other versions in case you have iOS, Flow, Nutanix, Kubernetes, or the connectors which is available here. What else? I believe firmware should be here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, LCM. Yeah, so if let's say you have a Lenovo firmware, you will just download it from here. You will click here and download it. HP, Cisco, Fujitsu. And obviously there will be a version available for Nutanix as well, which you can see from here as well. Okay, that's all for the LCM. Right now, what I will do, I will try to download, update all these versions. Obviously, right now there is a bug available inside the latest version of the AHV and iOS, so I cannot go to that version. But I will try to update my cluster. So, for example, if I want any of them, I will select it and then I will view the upgrade plan and then I will go ahead with the upgrade. And one more thing I have to mention over here. Whenever you are trying to update the LCM, there is a specific versions, obviously, which you have to do it. So you have to always keep the AHV or the hypervisor at the end. I'm assuming you don't have the Prism Central at the moment, but if you have a Prism Central, obviously you will start with the Prism Central and the items which is under it. Again, you have to check the compatibility of those items with the iOS, let's say Flow, that the Flow version which you have, is it compatible with the iOS or not? You have to check that compatibility. And again, if you're going to the upper version, is it the new version will be compatible with the iOS or no? If you're connected to the internet, LCM will check all that for you. So IHV or the hypervisor will be at the end. Let's assume we do not have Prism Central at the moment here. We will start with the NCC, Foundations, FSM, File Server, all those once it's finished, and LCM. Then we'll go with the iOS, and once the iOS is finished, before we go to HV, we will confirm there is no firmware available. Again, in my environment, I do not have the firmware, but in case the firmware is available in your productions environment, you will first update the firmware, and once it's updated, you will upgrade your AHV hypervisor or the ESXi or Hyper-V. And once that finished, again you will do the inventory, just to confirm there is no new update available, let's say, for the firmware. And if it's available, again you will do the firmware update. So once you finish NCC, my recommendation is that whenever you update anything, you just click on inventory and do an inventory for each one of them. I know it will be time consuming and you just want to finish it, But what inventory will do is that it will inform each component that, okay, I have upgraded the foundations. Now this is the new version of the foundations. So each component will know about that change. That's why it's really a good idea and recommended that once you upgrade each component, you run inventory once. And before you go with the AOS or AHV hypervisor, again, it's a good idea to run the NCC once, just to confirm that there is nothing critical available in your environment before you go ahead with the AOS and AHV. So right now, I'll go ahead with the NCC update. I let it go to the 5301. We upgrade clan. Okay. It's just saying that it's possible at any time via a stop update button. Please note that depending on the current set of LCM will automatically choose the safest time to stop. So we cannot pause it, but we can stop the updates. And one more thing I have to mention here, that this update, all of them are non-disturbative, you can say. They don't disturb your productions. Let me just go ahead and click apply for update, one updates. So among all the components available inside the Nutanix, AOS will update one CVM at a time. So to upgrade the AOS, one CVM will be down, and all the traffic handling for those virtual machines on top of that node which CVM is located will be redirected to other CVMs. So one CVM will be down at that time. For AHV, one node will be down. That means all the virtual machines will be migrated to other hosts, and that host will be restarted. Same for the firmware. Some of the firmware require the host to be rebooted, like a BIOS. But the rest of the component updates, like NCC, foundations, FSM, file server, but file server, one CVM, one file server CVM will be rebooted as well. For those, there will be no impact, and the production will be always up. Obviously, always the productions will be up, but the thing is that Nutanix is really heavily dependent on network. So if your network is not that much stable, you might face issues with the Nutanix updates and overall the Nutanix itself. I have seen people that they say that Nutanix LCM is not the way they have mentioned, and they have bolded out that there will be no update, no problem and everything. The problem is once the one node, let's say for the hypervisor upgrade, one node goes down, it will get a token, shutdown token, and no other node will be down, or it will start with the processing the upgrade until it receives that CVM, that shutdown token. So once a node upgrade is finished, that shutdown token will be released, and then it will start with the next one. Obviously, in such a case, it will never have any issues. But in rare cases, when you have network issues, let's say one node goes down, and now there's an issue, and let's say another node goes down, that's when the cluster goes down, and you will have an issue. So the technology itself has no issues, no problems. But the thing is that most of the people, they don't see it that way. Anyway, that's my experience with Nutanix for the LCM. I'll try in my next videos cover Prism Central installations and integrate my Nutanix with my cluster with the Prism Central. And then at the same time, I will go ahead with the file server and other features of the Nutanix. Thank you very much for watching this video.